off of work, what? About an hour ago.
Operator, messages have arrived in your inbox.
What is this? What are you? Ah, Void Trader.
The chase continues, a little meat.
Anyway. I'm gonna go over here to you. A little bit of fashion framing in between, so, you know. Anyway, that's why I was on Grendel. Mesa. She's pretty sick. I cannot wait for our heirloom. It's gonna be a banger. For Archon charts, you got this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and a little bit of that too. The actual build, a little bit of this. Big on this arcane hot shot. This goes crazy, not gonna lie. Pretty solid. I'm a big fan of Mesa's waltz here. Really big fan. I don't really use her. Oh, what is this? Even you do. Oh, stagger enemies. Why would I need that whenever they're not even shooting at me? It doesn't matter. Anyway. Archon Vitality, specifically because the whole thing is heat based on my stuff, but you'll see. You got this with this kind of ribbon going on, pretty nice. You got the Piranha, pretty cool. And then you got my Gunnar's Atgeir, I don't know. I looked up like legendary weapons and whatnot, like historical weapons, and this was one of them. And but the only reason why I even made this was because I didn't max out this specific Zaw head, which is why I don't have a very good build on it. Over here, and it's the same as always. You got my Saint Skizinator with the Clamora Certicin pod. Regulators. As you can see, very much heat based still. Cascadia Flare for even more heat related buffs. Also extremely fire rate heavy. So there's that. My Hephaestus. The claws, and the eagle rattler in case I use it, even though I'm probably not going to. But yeah, that's that. You got you get Mesa from Ares, right? So we're gonna go over here. Specifically, the Mutilus's Ally to be Assassinate. The reason why it's all is I don't actually have the. You need a build. Like a key. This is from ancient times actually. You need to build a key to access this boss fight, and doing so, you know, will grant you parts for Mesa. So let's see. I think the last time I was on Ares, I did a CAD. So this time is a Bala. This.
A steady stream of toxic spores is being released into the air. Hold on. Emergency life support is
How beautiful that is. Just walk them down. Walk them down, Mesa. Beautiful at that end. The Nourish kind of makes that yellow shard that makes, you know, effectiveness of managing orbs a little bit redundant. but I want my energy up all the time, right? Because I'm going to be on, I mean, clearly using a bunch of abilities. So the more efficiency that energy orb shit that I got, on top of nourish, it all just accumulates, pretty much always having energy.
I've delivered a life support capsule to the area. Activating it will buy you more time.
Whoa, you son. I don't like toxic rocks around here. I'm gonna need a more wide open room for Mesa. It's not very wide open at all. This is perfect. This should be good. There we go.
Prepare for life support.
Today I will make it a point to actually upload this within a reasonable amount of time after I'm making it. For the past couple of days I've been kind of putting it off until later in the day. But usually I'm recording these in the morning. I just end up posting them in the evening. I kind of get distracted. But I will do it closer starting today to whenever I actually upload it. Kind of like I used to do that. I don't know, just get a little bit lazy. So we're gonna not be lazy. We're gonna actually do it. The only thing is that, you know, waiting for it to do the checks and upload and whatnot, it's kind of annoying, but I will thug it out for you, if there is y'all. Well, for you two it is, for the singular person that always shows up. Hey! Technically, if you wanted to get some like super high red crits and whatnot with Mesa, you'd have 5 of the topaz shards with the 1.5 crit chance. Because those are permanent. I mean, up here. That's just, I get 149% secondary crit chance. Permanently for this whole mission now. Which is why I'm doing perpetually orange crits. I mean, if you want like crazy high red crits, everything's red all the time, 5 of them suckers. They don't even need to be Tau forged either. That's just even more, right? Honestly, kind of wish I used my other build, but no, that only works with casino. You're blocking me from entering my own warframe breath. It's okay. The Natteruk is a crazy weapon. If you feel underpowered, get to the new point. Beating it, go into that point, you'll get the Natteruk for free. It comes stock with after beating it. And this thing is a menace on the battlefield. I mean, it's even better because obviously that one with it and a ribbon that, you know, puts it even further. But even without that, it is a menace. Infinite ammo. Obliterates things. It is very nice. do a little bit of secondary action here. So, okay. Oh, does it? Is that how it said you can do it? Oh, it does. Not very oh. Okay. In case you're curious about the other build I was talking about with this Hito, uses Zada's Whisper and Ballistic Battery for her first ability. And basically, it allows the secondary fighter, the fire of the Hito, you know, the glaives that it shoots out to inflict status, to blow things up like crazy style. It's very potent. Actually, a lot more potent than one might assume from a goofy build like that. It's actually a viable build. For endurance, I'm not exactly sure, but it is a very viable build for Steel Path. In case you want to use, you know, a Mesa build that doesn't utilize her regulators. Maybe you don't like her regulators, maybe you don't have the augment, you don't like how it locks you down, maybe you just, have beef with the regulators, I'm not sure. There are options. I realize now, by the way, that we are well past the halfway point of this series when it comes to Warframes. I wasn't paying attention. So, with the 64th Warframe falling, we are, I think, at like 36 now or something. But we are well past the halfway point. So I gotta start thinking of ideas of what else to post as well. After that. Because I'm not sure. Because the thing is that I can't exactly cut things down and edit things because my computer is way too slow to export. We're talking like it would probably take 16 hours to fucking do anything, any kind of exportation. Which is not viable given my schedule. I can't wait that long. I would completely forget about it. So, which is why I've been just doing these 30 minutes and uploading them straight up just like vlogs, like the whole thing, no cuts, nothing. Because I would cut it up a little bit, try my hand at editing. I just lack the computational power to do anything of this sort. And I'm not exactly in a position to get it. So. One day, I'll be getting a proper computer. When, I don't know, but when that day comes, I'll actually probably start, like, picking stuff up and, try my hand at editing. I don't know why well, I can't actually imagine why my computer's so slow. It's a laptop that my dad got, like, almost 10 years ago now. It's a... It's a Microsoft laptop. A Surface. It's pretty much just good for what I'm using it for primarily, which is school stuff. I can load PDFs and whatnot, that's all I need. I don't need it to be very fast when it comes to anything else. Oh, mirror match. Whoa, buddy, I'm getting fucking turtles. Yeah! How about them apples when you can't stun me, ho? A little bit of gun action again. Pretty nice. The only thing that'll get me is not being able to uncast my 4 in time to slash or sling dash myself. It's funny, now I'm thinking about all my stuff, everything I've got. My phone is an iPhone 11. I haven't changed it since I got it back in like my sophomore year of high school. Because prior to that, it was an iPhone 8. But now it's an iPhone 11. I've had it since high school. And I've been graduated for the last 4 years. Jesus Christ, I can't believe it's been that long already. So what, that's 7 years I've had the same phone, haven't changed it, and the Xbox that I'm using, same Xbox Series X since I got it. This one's a little bit newer, but it's still like, I think I got it senior year, which would still make it, oh damn! What the hell? Okay, I think that was the Toxin Ancient. I realize that Telegraph Attack is weak, because it's a Toxin proc, technically. I see it now. I should not be taking those guys lightly, because he slapped the shit out of me. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I kinda got spooked from that, like I was... Like, damn, son. Wasn't expecting all that, just... Dong. My hopes, my dreams. Which, now, before I just got, like, turbo molested by that Toxin Ancient, it would still make my thing minimum of 3 years old, which it ain't that bad. Again, I've been stress testing this. I've been using it pretty much every day since I got it. With the occasional week or so hiatus because I'm on some kind of trip. Yeah, I try to summon these nuts. Well... Anyway, I have very old hardware. It was the craziest thing though, whenever I actually got the Xbox Series X for the first time. For the first time, as if I had forgotten it more. When I got it, because at that point I was still playing Destiny 2 like super regularly, and boy, let me tell you, the loading time difference from the Xbox, I think it was the Xbox. It wasn't the oldest one, it was the Xbox One X, I think that's what it was. It might have just been it. The loading time between that one and Series X was absolutely insane. I think I actually had the Series S first, but still, whenever I got it, like, it was absolutely insane because it would take like 1-2 minutes. And for a loading screen, that's a pretty hefty amount of time, but that was regular back in the day. Waiting multiple minutes for it to load up. And then I got my Series S for the first, I got my Series S, and it was thoroughly enlightening, because it took like 15 seconds. Not even, like, it was crazy. I was like, holy mother mac difference. I would like to warn you, by the way, when it comes to Mesa here, that she is not this potent without the level of investment I have. Give or take. So it takes some pretty thorough investing into her kit to make her regulators that good, because as good as they can be. Of course, you don't need like Arcane Hotshot or Cascadia Flare or anything like that. The main thing is getting your crit chance up and your fire rate up, because you really need fire rate to switch them down like this. Which is why it's so important, which is why I have Anemic Agility on it. That secondary mod that gives you, I think, 90% fire rate, but you have minus 15% damage. It is significantly more worth to have that fire rate than it is to have that 15% damage. Like it's very important fire rate, basically. So you need to be able to invest in her. She is not a Warframe that is just super potent and fantastic out of the gate, but she is very good to get her up to this point. Obviously mine ain't perfect, my build is mine, right? Like, I kind of just clobbered it together as is. Not technically I did, I got it from somebody, at least I got the idea for the Archon charts from somebody. The rest of it is mine. Like the Arcane Vitality, or not Arcane Vitality, Archon Vitality. That's my own little tidbit. I think Cascadia Flare as well. I just kind of started building everything around having heat problems on Mesa. But again, I have 5 whole Archons right here, all Calforged. I have multiple fauna in the normal frame, or not the base frame, but for like the actual Warframe portion, and multiple fauna in the Regulators, which you need to format that separately, by the way, I would like to add. It requires some investment. As you can see, once you get that investment, she becomes a damn beast. She's damn earned those assless chaps of hers for her heirloom. I do wonder if that's gonna be actually like the final skin, because that skin is significantly more, I suppose, showy than the other ones. Though I've noticed that they're doing a lot more female frames than male frames when it comes to heirlooms. I mean, let's see, you've got Mag, you got Ember, Valkyr, and now Mesa. And then there's Frost, Rhino, Fauna. What is that, 4 to 3? Okay, that's not bad. I thought it was actually a little bit more. I don't know why. To be honest, a little bit on this heirloom tangent. If it were up to me, I would absolutely have those heirlooms, Frost and Mag's heirlooms, come back. Even as exclusivity, even though it's marketed as exclusivity. Because frankly, they're really cool skins. The skins are really cool as well. And I feel like, I mean, obviously you wouldn't get the 10-year accolade that I have because I got it at the time. You would get it without the accolade, but I think having the actual skins come back, a banger. Because it is super unfortunate and vibe killing to have somebody ask, oh, what's that skin? I don't see it. And then you gotta be like, bro, you can't get it anymore. It's no longer in the game. Like, one of the coolest skins you've ever seen. Sorry, pal. Which is why it was so negatively received that the Frost and Mag heirlooms were time gated, which is why all of them now are not time gated, they're permanently in the game. I'm hoping for an Narv's heirloom. He deserves it. I'm assuming that the heirlooms though they're gonna come out on a like a similar to a Prime Warframe basis, but instead it's gonna be male female kind of deal going on for it as they come out. Because the last one it was Vogue, this one it's now Mesa, male, female. Previous one before that it was Valkyr. Wait a minute, that's... In fact, Ember was that, and then it was Valkyrie, and then it was... Oh, I'm missing right. Fucking stupid. I think Not gonna lie, Rhino's heirloom is the weakest out of them. They ain't look bad at all. In fact, it looks great. Just out of all of them. Like, how is Robin gonna show more musculous than Rhino? Like, it's, I get his whole, like, thing's supposed to look like a muscle shirt. Come on, man. Let's see. I'm trying to remember the release for these heirlooms. Because Ember is the one that came out following the Frost and Mag heirlooms. And then... was it Valkyrie next? And then was it Rhino and then Robin? Might be male, male, female, female. In that case. Just like the Prime cycle. If that is the case with Rhino, I think that might be so. That might be the case. That might be what it is. So, following this, there's going to be another female Prime that gets handled, and then... though I do wonder their criteria for which frames get heirlooms. And are all of them going to eventually get heirlooms? If it's gonna be if it's gonna be a female frame next for after Mesa, if it's gonna do Prime cycle type B, then let's see, what would be the next one up? I mean, if we're talking about like, you know, how long they've been in the game, Ember's been there since. I mean, you got Frost, Ember, Mag. Those have been frames in the game since like the beginning. Valkyrie's an OG as well. So is Rhino. So is Mesa. And Bobbin. They're all OG frames. Like pretty, like really old frames. I wonder if that's the case. That would also make it to where Naros, although he did come out a long time ago, not nearly as long ago as other ones. You thought, haha. If it doesn't follow a cycle, though, next male frame, I didn't even give what I would think would be the next one for when it comes to female frames. Nyx, maybe? Doing Mesa, so another old frame would be Nyx, and there's also Trinity, which would be a candidate. Saren could very well. If I had to take a wild guess, I would assume Saren. I don't know, that just seems like the most promising, maybe? I don't know. It could be Trinity, Saren, or Nyx, honestly. One of those three frames, if I had to guess, would be the next heirloom after Mesa. And then for male frames, you got Necros, which would be a prime candidate for having an heirloom, because he, has what, the one deluxe, the Equalin skin, whatever it is. He doesn't have a proto frame skin either. Oh, my headset's about to die. So that would be a pretty good option. There's Oberon as well. He's also a really good pick for heirlooms. Then Hydroid also. Personally, I would really love Necros getting a heirloom. I think also when it comes to like, because heirlooms, I'm gonna just say that they're more like they're capitalizing on the sexiness factor. We're just gonna straight call them gooner skins because they kind of are, given the scope of what they're supposed to be. They're very, you know what I'm saying. So when it comes to that, I think Necros would fit that criteria extremely well, given his aesthetic. He could very well have like damn nipple piercings, I don't know. Just shooting spitballing ideas here. But that's what I think when it comes to the heirloom skins coming up. Those would be the 6 ones that I think would be coming up. Just conjecture. There's not really. We're purely basing it off of when they really came out, right? But it's not exactly in chronological order either. So anyway, that was 30 minutes with Mesa. We got a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and a little bit of that too. Damn, I have a lot of nanospores. Look at all that! Look at all that! I think that's the highest kill count so far. 4,000 in the 30 minutes. But yeah, that's that. Next frame on the block. Oh, it's about to die. Ooh, Mirage. Oh, she might very well also get a heirloom. I completely forgot about her. I think she would also fit the criteria as well. Anyway. With the Opticore Vandal, with the Ratka Ballistica, and the Harmony. Ooh, the Harmony. I like the Harmony. Anyway, that was 30 minutes with Mesa. Thank you all for joining me today for these half an hour that I'm here. And I will catch y'all tomorrow for the next 30 minutes with Mirage. Hold on, let me find my email. There it is, Perchance.